So, the importance of a mindset. So, I'm like cold today, so I'm sitting in the sun. The importance of a mindset. Okay, so I've been working with mindset for a very long time, and I still sit there and ask my mentor, Jesus, I know we've been studying mindsets for a while, but what is a mindset? And like when I ask a question like that to my teacher, he says like it's like different hats, right? Like if you have like different hats, like sometimes you have your casual hat, So I feel like if you're looking for a mindset or you're just in the beginning of finding what is my mindset, I think it's like you can try a few different hats until you find the one that works for you. I feel like some people are really good at like wearing multiple hats in life. They're chameleon based, so they can change from one hat to another. They have multiple skills. But sometimes it takes a bit of a while to find out, okay, what is your purpose? What is your mindset? What is the thing that works for you? Like it's like saying you have your favorite color, like what is your favorite color? So if you're like just on your beginning of your journey of like what is a mindset, like don't expect to be like where everybody else is. Sometimes the people that are on level 5 still don't know what their mindset is. I get this image of a gym. Like just because you starting gym for the first time today, I'm telling you, people still who have been doing the gym for 5 years still don't know what they're doing. So, um, if you're a beginner, like there's different types of mindsets. There's people that throw out ideas of types of mindsets you can, like having a beginner mindset. Sometimes being on level 5 is to be like on a beginner's mindset. And like this one spirit guide asked me like, what does it mean to be on a level? And I just said it's like the best way is like grade 1, grade 5. Just because a grade 1 is not in grade 5, I'm telling you now, I'm sure some grade 1s have a better potential to achieve something than someone on grade 7. And I say this is like this is age does not equate to maturity. Like maturity is an energy. It's not an age. So sometimes we have to remove. Yes, I hear you. Sometimes we have to remove the illusion that sometimes we've been given. Like, sometimes I've had to learn that, like, some of the oldest people are so immature. Like, sometimes you'll meet a child that's more mature than an adult. And I think that's where a lot of people struggle because not everything is straightforward and it's very difficult. It's like when you're asking things like, um, sometimes it holds true and sometimes age does not equate to maturity. It creates age maturity. Like a lot of people are like, how do you know someone's mature? And it's just based off your feelings. Hey, like you come to the realization that shit, man, I'm more mature than this person. Like there are some like negative connotations that sorry, this weaver's talking to me. um there are some negative connotations that like you know that a person that's more mature has gone through a lot of things, and I would agree. Like it's let me be honest, from my soul, I don't know the truth. I'm still discovering like what makes a mature person, what makes an immature person. And my soul best friend, the best way she explains it is, I get to feel her energy, and I'm like, okay, this person feels like a friend. And then I get to feel another person's energy, and every time her energy comes in, I get to compare the situation between these two people. So I feel this person's energy, and then I feel this energy, and every time I'm like, okay, I get to experience what this person feels like, and I get to experience what this person's energy feels like. I come to like the truth of, okay, that this person's a friend and this person's not a friend. I think it's the laws of duality that you cannot know one thing without knowing the other thing. And I know people are upset, like, I don't really like duality. Me too. I'm on the same page. I don't like duality. I don't like that I had to learn about sadness to understand happiness. I didn't like it too, but when the wisdom God says that's how it's done, that's how it's done. That's why I always get nervous, because I ask Jesus, I'm Jesus, I want to learn more about peace. And I'm like, I know what I'm asking for. If he's going to teach me about peace, he's going to teach me about the opposite about peace, so that I know the difference between what peace is and what not peace is. I don't think it has to be that dramatic. but yeah, I feel like when you do come into the earth planes, one of the lessons, life lessons that a soul can learn is duality, understanding the difference between A and B. And I heard some souls like that have a lot of negative connotations against against comparison, and I feel like there's a purpose to compare. Like, you need to compare. Like, I know some people say it's bad to compare within reason. Like, if you're in a high level, yes, I hear you. I have a student. Yes, do you have a question? I have my audience. This weaver is building his house and he's listening to my speech. Yeah, he's very noisy. He's a class clown, obviously. Anyways, so I do feel like the comparison is necessary, and there's a purpose to comparison, like, you need it. I mean, when I've learned a lot about business, and you have to price compare, so a lot of people say like they have negative connotations or negative beliefs about comparison, but sometimes there's a purpose about comparison. Like, how do you know one thing without knowing another thing? You have to compare. This thing is better than this thing, um, and I feel like if anyone's feeling like shit about their past, about that, like, understand that that was you on level grade 5 of spirit. Now you're on grade 6 and they teach you new things, So sometimes we only know what was available at that time. We only knew that wisdom at that time, and it was working for you. It was a lesson that you were going through, Like, I hear this one soul say, comparison is bad. And to be honest, yes, at that time in your life, you needed to understand that comparison bad. But now there's new belief systems and new teachings unfolding, that there's a purpose to comparison. Like, when I was in business, if you don't know one thing, you don't know the other. Like, sometimes my soulmate, like, in the past, she should say, I need to learn about both of them so I understand both of them, and then I can compare. Okay, this one does this and this one does this. There's nothing wrong with comparison. Sometimes we have to take away the negative stigma that's attached to something, and that's what we call our bias. But I would never like put you down, because in the past that's what you were learning. It's like, in the past you learned that this is a tree, and now you're getting more wisdom on that tree, and you're learning to let go of the negative connotations of that. You've learned the lesson. Now you're ready for the next part of the lesson. Anyways, that's a love.